Esteemed viewers, it's so good to have you yet again in another episode. Thank you for joining us today. We are super excited to have you on The Insight, brought to you by Oryx Group Entertainment. Today, it's a very special edition. I'm so excited about it, courtesy of the fact that this is a subject I'm so passionate about. It's a subject that have driven me over the years, and now we have to talk about it further. On today's episode, it's going to be very, very special. It's special to us here in the studio. It's special to Africa because we are showcasing one of the blessed talents of Africa. I have the very beautiful Delisha.
Thank you, Famous.
How are you, Delisha?
I'm doing very well. I'm so excited to be here today. To our viewers, welcome to The Insight. My name is Delisha Chetty. Joining us today on this episode, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the one and only DJ Legacy. Welcome.
Thanks. You're making me sound old now.
Tessima Asrati.
Welcome.
Thank you,
Thank you so much for joining us today. First of all, did I pronounce the name well?
Perfect, it's perfect. Yeah, somewhere. Yeah.
Join me to welcome the power-loaded team, D. Daniel and Muse.
Hello.
Welcome. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
It's so awesome having you.
It's surprising, as an Ethiopian, story starts from Ethiopian Airlines. Ethiopian Airlines is a great airline in Africa. So for the last 75-something years back, they are hiring artists for the fuselage design, for livery design. So it was not my plan in the interest to join in the field of aviation because my background is social science. Never think of that I'll join the field of aviation. When Ethiopian Airlines requesting with distinguished students, I just, as a fun, applied. Not only that, before, when we see as an African, we used to draw the craft is flying in the sky. Those, it is a legendary, airline in Africa. So, and then later on, I don't know how it happens, I found myself there. Out of hundreds of artists, 3 artists were only selected out of that.
Are you one of the 3?
I was one of the 3. And then I joined there, served 5 years, and now I'm here. Actually, can't express. I'm here also in Qatar for the last 16 years on the same aviation airline working. Yes, yeah.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Tessima, have I said it correctly as well?
Correct.
Okay, good. Mr. Tessima, we've gone through your records and we see, as you mentioned as well, 16 years in Qatar. And that's
beautiful,
remarkable.
beautiful.
No, he kept saying beautiful 16.
That's
so,
what
so don't forget
getting
that.
to that. So you are going to explain to us why you say beautiful.
Yeah.
And so Qatar, why not America? Why not Europe? Why not another country? Can you explain why Qatar and what has kept you here for so long?
First of all, just which I don't mention, before I come to Qatar, I did, my first exhibition in next to Ethiopia, in Italy, Rome, and France, and UK. Before I come to Qatar.
Okay.
Then it's just life has its own path.
Okay.
Sometimes you can't control where to go. So it was not my plan to be here, but I'm even surprising I'm presence here. Plus or minus, there is some life path. So when I'm telling that life is beautiful 16 years, it's for myself. Qatar is the best place to explore your passion. It's yourself, nobody. It's because nice place. The dunes, the heat, the suns, the sea, everything is the material.
Did you say the heat?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
I heard correctly.
Because in the Hollywood and some other film industry, they're creating the false, they just hear something.
Yes.
But in the real heat, I discovered out of that. For example, last week I had a big exhibition in Qatar. There is a big Qatar Space Science program.
Yeah.
The heat, gives me a great inspiration, and I did a big exhibition there.
Yes.
Really.
Okay. Well, entertainment has always been in my circle.
Okay.
I've been doing events since I was a teenager in school.
Okay.
I've been doing events when I was in college, not to the public. It was more of a passion project that I did it for the school, or I just did it out of fun in college, or I just like the idea of uniting people, and that few hours of happiness is just so pure for me.
Wow.
It's just out of actual passion that I used to do it.
It's beautiful.
And then I didn't really think it was gonna be a career, like you said.
Okay.
But once I came to Doha, and I'm also a sales and marketing person by profession. So I have I don't know, 10 years of experience in that separately.
Wow, a whole decade.
A whole decade behind my belt, but kind of mixing that business perspective with the passion of entertainment
What
together.
a beautiful combination.
Yeah, I think that's the click happened in Qatar.
Okay.
And I really saw myself like, okay, I think I can actually do this for a living if I want to, but I gotta put 1000% to make it happen. But that was for me, but obviously it was different for Muse. I've been here 7 years.
Okay.
8, going to 8 years.
So around 2018, no, 16.
Yeah, end of 16.
16. Okay.
End of
Okay.
So in 7 years, you've built such volume of an enterprise.
Yeah, it took a long time, but not that long as well.
I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna come back to that.
Not forgetting there was COVID in between. I always throw that out there.
Yes.
The 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for me, I always loved music, to be honest. My family also loved music to hear since we were a child.
Okay.
And I think I already had that in me before I came to Qatar. And we used to have few equipments at home, so we try everything like to make something and to learn. But we never had like the DJ thing because it was very expensive at that time. So when we came here, my brother-in-law actually had a DJ booth, and I was always fascinated about having one. So it didn't take me time to learn it. I was dedicated for almost
Hands-on
6
immediately.
months.
Like, let me do this.
Like 6 months, I wouldn't even go out, just
Oh, wow.
practicing,
Yeah.
learning in everything, you know?
Talk about
And then at the same
dedication.
time, I was looking for a job. So I was an IT, but yes,
Okay. Excellent.
Imagine
yes.
the difference.
So brains and also.
Yeah, so
Wonderful.
while doing the IT, I also was learning to do interior design in a very corporate way. And from IT, I transitioned to interior design. I did interior design for around 7 years. And then 2 years before I stopped, I was already senior designer, but most of the entertainment was taking my time, so I had to stop that,
And focus on it.
focus on the entertainment.
So I moved here in 2009. So I've been here almost 15 years now. Yeah. So I'd done a few events here before then as well. So 2006, 2007, when there was like, you could count on one hand how many clubs there were here. So I'm actually, my education and work is actually from telecom background. So Aisha had come here also to look at some, kind of like telecom jobs and stuff like that. So I left my previous company and I was looking around here as well. So that was one of the reasons I came to Qatar as well. That then very quickly moved into, yes, you have your day job, but my night job as such took over as well. It became very, very adamant to me that there is a market here. 15 years ago, it was completely different. And things have changed from there. So I think Qatar has become home now. 15 years, I won't tell you how old I am, but it's quite a long part of my life now. And it's influenced it. And people now say, oh, I know where Qatar is. Before, when you say you're going to Qatar, it says, oh, that's Dubai, right? I was like, no, it's not. It's a different country. It's a very, very misleading. People have this kind of idea of what Qatar is. It's like, oh, it must be there, So Qatar's been a great influence. The country, touchwood, has been developing and moving forward year on year.
Yeah.
Even before the World Cup, I've seen the changes, how the country's become, because I've seen it and been there. So yeah, Qatar's been a good part of my movement.
For African artists especially, resident artists, there are many African residents. Not only that, for our viewers also what would like to transmit here in Qatar, there are many events in Qatar. So as Mama Africa, we have all the natural resource. What I have told you is all about the inspiration comes from Mama Ethiopia, Africa.
Yeah.
We have all the natural resources. They are my backups. Then there are many events here in Qatar. World Cup, for example. The World Cup, I was really how can I tell you? In every fun zone, I was just doing, making fun, drawing, painting the life, the different, sport activities.
Yeah.
And the sport, different, the fan zones, the head of the football matches and the captains.
Yeah.
For every different countries, what I feel just good. Plus, there are many events also, like Africa Cup.
Yeah.
For any activities when Qatar government
Are involved.
is invited, like this what we call last time horticulture expo.
Expo 2023.
Yeah, for the last 6 months, my statue, coffee themed statue
that.
was.
We're coming to talk about that.
It was yes, yeah. So I take this advantage also, you know. No one just bring you the opportunity. We are the one going to the opportunity.
Yeah.
So there are many newses, events, programs. Based on that, I create, that idea and just go approach those borders. And nobody's come to you. So information that the Africans, resident artists as well, African who are outside of Qatar, should have to come up with their own inspirations and energy.
Okay.
Then there are a good platform. We are the one creating that scenario.
So with what you've said, you mean there are opportunities for African artists back home to explore in Qatar?
Exactly.
So how can they explore these opportunities?
First of all, just there are upcoming, different international activities here in Qatar.
Okay.
It is open call for any international artist.
Okay.
They just participate on that expo and art exhibition. They will sure have to show up, what the highest standard paintings. Once they just showed up, I'm sure they will be acceptable.
Okay.
And then these are the way of getting the opportunities.
I think we reached a point in the market where maybe 7 years ago it was difficult to actually have options even. But we've actually reached a point in the market that we are able to provide options for people. And people as an audience have an option now where they want to go. We would never think about this 7 years ago, guys. Like, I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
If I wanted to go for Afrobeats, there was only one day in the week in one small place, and that's it. And that wasn't even a weekend. You understand?
I get you.
Now you want to go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You got
7
options.
days.
You
7
got
days a week.
7
yeah.
days a week, 7 different options. Yes, sometimes there is, crossovers, right, over the weekend. But we understand it from our side because it's the weekend, and everybody would want to capitalize on the weekend, and everyone is trying to make bread.
Yeah.
Everyone is out to earn something for themselves, and that's okay.
In any business, when there is opportunity, a lot of people want to
Go in.
right? You need to understand, still the people that are operating in Doha nightlife or entertainment scene is the people that we already know in Doha. And when everybody gets something, we are the first person who's excited.
Yeah.
Because we are becoming more. If you're one, it's very easy to make more challenge for you, but when you are many, there's going to be more new opportunities coming.
That's what I call the healthy
Yes.
competition.
Yeah.
Where you're happy about the next person's success.
Come on now.
You're happy about the next person's innovation.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, the objectives are similar.
Definitely.
True.
There's always going to be miscommunication with people. People have their own perspective, but we already reached our goal, to be honest, but we have new goals.
Okay.
Good.
Which is, it's not only for African community at this time, Afrobeat and Amapiano. It's so diverse where you go to people and they're like, oh, is it today Afrobeat? If you tell them no, they will not come to the show.
Okay.
So when we say it's a small market, because we are focusing only in one African community, but the African community already grew so much, it's also tapping to some other nationalities and some other people are coming to our community, so we're becoming more. So it's a bigger market. It needs to be healthy with everybody. Of course, if you bring some big artist in any business, it's better to bring it on the other week so you can make profit, right?
Yeah.
It just common sense. It's not even competition. It just common sense. But we're happy for everybody. We're happy that we had this conversation now, because before we couldn't have it. It's like, where are we going? Where is the Afrobeat event?
What is the direction?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you see, I agree. I think still people do ask that. I still get friends and family in the UK saying to me, "Oh Jay, can we come and can you drink there? Is there clubs there? Can you go out at night? You know?" And I'm like, it's one of the safest countries in the world. You know, it's got a huge infrastructure, a great metro system, and I think it's just a misconception. People read nonsense in the newspapers, etc. But we've got everything. We've got super clubs here. Recently, there's some big clubs that have opened up. There's nice, classy clubs, bars, restaurants. All the big brands are here as well. So there's no reason why people have to have that perception as such. And I think, yeah, unfortunately, it's just a matter of a bit of education, I think, and exposing these areas to people to say there is everything, that kind of thing, yeah. But I think when I say everything as well, I have to be careful in what I mean by that, because there's other countries around the region as well where things are even more open and even more liberal as such. So for here, it's a great place to come. I tell my friends, it's gone from come for a 2-day transit, to no, come for a week, come for 2 weeks. There's so much things to do now. Before it was like, yeah, if you're going there, stop over one day and then 1 day on the way back. But now it's like, no, you need a week. You need a week and a half, 10 days to come here and enjoy the country. I feel that the more we market Qatar and the country in other countries, that itself organically will bring people to here. And when more people turn up, everybody needs to do more work. People will have to do more events. So the entertainment industry as it is right now is there. There's no real plan or schedule that happens every month or what's happening next week or the week after. It's just very ad hoc right now. However, if we market the country to Africa, let people know to come across, to Europe and these kind of places, I reckon then when they see more of the flow coming in, then you can start having a proper calendar.
Yeah, we have
quite
a few, especially on the when we were coming up as a promoter or as even a DJ.
Yeah.
It was a bit hard. Let's say 6-7 years ago, even before COVID, it was a bit hard because even Afrobeat wasn't that big at that time, which we were catering for our community at that point. So there was a lot of no's. To be honest, wherever you go, it's like, no, or we don't have this, or we don't have that. Nobody wanted to create that platform for new people because we were just starting up. But we didn't give up until we find that one yes, and we actually did something nice, and the people start to help us more and more and more. Yeah. The challenge is just no. And if we gave up at that time,
I agree with you. It was just a lot of no's. Like you'd go with a proposal, you would go with an idea, a concept, and it was always just no.
Yeah.
Like, no, it doesn't match our brand. No, we don't want to go in that direction. No, we already have projects that's already existing. No one said, yes, let's do it and see where we go. But we fought and fought and fought instead of saying, I give up. And we said we have to, and I'm sales, so it's not easy to give me a no until I make it a yes.
Right.
But he's also the same.
we have to build it from a scratch.
Yeah.
We had to go to venues where nobody was going, even to showcase, even do everything by ourselves from our pocket because we had a vision.
Yeah, the challenge, what I face here as an African, when you just come here, due to some reasons, background, something, maybe you face something which you cannot express. That situations, you are the one, to be strong, to face that challenge.
Right.
Plus the material by itself, so material was one of the challenges.
So like resources.
Yeah, the resources, the market by itself, the market. For example, there are many African artists are here. They have the talent, they have all the skills, but they can't pass this challenge. For example,
in Qatar.
Yes, in Qatar, yes.
Qatar
For example, I remember the day and the first moment when I come here, I'm good pay, have a good salary, something, but I have no big head of the family. Every piece of your money is planned, for the blah blah. Then to cut, to make a budget, the art, which was not possible because very expensive. The easel at that moment, 600 real means, it's too big at that time. I'm telling you. That easel, by the way, still now to me now. The 16 years old easel. I remember the first chance. Let me tell you, I go to one big art store. And we watch with 3 of my African friends. The guys, they don't understand where I'm an artist.
And I love that you say that so boldly.
I'm very, really, I'm proud of that. Then,
very good.
Then I just got, we are looking this one. Guys, by the way, do you know, he asked me, the person, do you know this, what does it mean? Yeah, he don't understand who am I. Yeah. This is the most African problem, this is it. We should have to show up who we are. We are now the son of, great
As the
nation.
branding, we need to brand ourselves as Africans.
Then first, just give me some time. I say, I understand, I have a purpose. I pay. And I start to explain him.
Well, there you have it, our amazing viewers. What an amazing, vibrant podcast. And I know you are so excited and you have had an amazing time just watching everything that has been showcased on today's show.
And I know our viewers have had very insightful section with us in this episode. So you see why we tell you, don't go far from us. Always stick with us. Stick with us. We always come out with the best. We always want to give you what we give you, that information, that insight that you need about Qatar and Africa.
There you have it, viewers. Another amazing, productive, and wonderful, insightful podcast on The Insight. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate all your love and all your support. We'll see you next week, same time, same place. And please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on all social media platforms, Instagram and Facebook. And please comment below. We would love to hear your responses. And don't forget to like, share, and of course, don't forget the notification bell as well so that you will be notified whenever a new video is uploaded. Thank you so much for joining us. See you next time.